Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear
All
me?
right.
How's everything?
I feel awesome today.
Good. Good. What time is it over there?
It's 12:30 a.m. in Malaysia.
Wow. Are you used to being up that late?
Uh, no, but today it's about you, right? So I have to
Well,
meet you.
heck, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you made it happen. So, yeah, tell me a little bit more about what you got going on, how I can help you, man.
Oh, well, I didn't really start yet, but I just skimmed through all the videos, and I have some question which is about how to position ourselves as an expert.
Okay.
So
So,
so you know,
yeah,
mhm.
what do you do?
I do a podcast, and that's it, I think.
Okay. What do you do for like what's your job?
Oh, I don't have a job. I mean,
Okay.
I'm a college student right now.
Oh, okay. Cool. What are you going to school
Uh-huh.
for?
Engineering.
Wow. All right. What
Yeah.
what type of engineering?
Electrical engineering.
Good for
I
you.
Yeah, like traffic light or some sort.
Yeah, smart. That's awesome. Okay. So what do you want as far as this book and the podcast and all that? What's your goal with it? What do you want it to do for you?
The goal. You mean the goal of a podcast or the goal of the book?
Both. Or the
Oh,
goal of being an authority figure.
uh, hmm. Never thought about that. When we are building an online business, we automatically will, build authority. I mean, like, we have to build authority to make people pay attention to us.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So okay, so then the goal with having the authority is to get people to then buy your products or services.
Uh-huh.
Is that
Yeah.
your goal? Okay. So then are you
Yeah.
looking, so you're essentially looking to run a side business, right? Like an online business
Mm-hmm.
or, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Mm-hmm.
it that you're looking to sell?
I sell other people's program. I
Okay.
mean,
So
I'm
you're an
being
affiliate.
affiliate. Yeah.
Got it. All right. What
Uh-huh.
products or what other people's programs are you looking to affiliate for?
Um, podcast,
Okay. What,
podcasting. Yeah.
so other people's podcasts or other people's programs?
Other people's program.
What programs have you looked at that you want to promote?
Um, you mean the name of the program?
Yep.
Is Oh my God, is Podcast Profit Lab.
Okay. Who's that by?
Mhm. Jamie Atkinson.
Okay. Sure. Sure. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so so two ways that you're looking to promote that. One is your podcast, and then the second would be the book. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're looking to establish authority as a podcaster or a person that knows how to build podcasts, do podcasts, that kind of thing. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, awesome. So then your book is going to be all about podcasting. Is that right?
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, if that's what I know, then yeah, I will do a book about podcasts.
Yeah, I think that sounds about I mean, with the limited information I have, that sounds pretty natural. So then you would have your
Mm-hmm.
podcast, which is driving
Mm-hmm.
ears in that you can drive back to Jamie's program, and then you could also have the book do the same thing. So then readers of the book or listeners of your audio version of the book can come back and then learn how you have done with podcasting and learn about podcasting, and then you can point them back over to Jamie's program from the book, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how do we, uh, tell tell people that we are good in podcasting? Like, how do we position ourselves as an expert?
Good question. So how long have you been doing podcasting?
Um, 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
exact.
not shabby. That's good. That's great. A lot of people have not had a year of podcasting, so that's great.
Oh.
So
Oh,
first of all,
thank you.
that's authority right there because you do it. You're not just
Mm-hmm.
this beginner that's pretending. So you've done
Mm-hmm.
it for a year. You've got a year worth of lessons that you can put into the book. Um, Also for authority, have you worked with Jamie in the past, or does he know you?
Uh, yeah, we are friends, and I joined his program, and I learned through it, and I believe that that program can help people, so that's why
Yeah,
I became his affiliate.
great.
Yeah.
So does Jamie have a book of his own?
No,
All
no.
right, perfect. Then you should maybe think about having Jamie write the foreword to your book.
Huh.
And then you get instant credibility that way. Like I have my Dream 100 book. I had Russell Brunson write the forward to it, right? See how
Mm-hmm.
that I get his credibility and kind of authority from that.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest doing that if Jamie's willing, or anybody in the podcasting space for that matter. Daxi Perez, are you familiar with him?
Mm-hmm. I know
He's
him.
another, yeah, he's awesome. He's another person that you could maybe, and then also I would look at on your podcast if you haven't already interviewed those types of guys, like I would do that, and then
Oh,
get them on your as guests on your podcast and um, that kind of thing. So you get more listeners that way that are kind of relevant.
so you're saying that I have to find people that are in the same niche and tell them to do the forward for me? Is that what you mean?
It could, yeah, I would. Jamie seems like the perfect person because then they kind of get introduced to him through
Mm-hmm.
you, through the book. And then when you go to promote him as an affiliate later, it's already like it's not new. Like they already kind of know who he is or they've been exposed to him. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then uh as far as like authority goes, like if you've been doing this for a year and you have any sort of results at all or any success at all, that is your authority, right? And then anybody that
Mm-hmm.
can vouch for you, like Jamie or people in that community, that's also your authority. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What else you got?
What if we write about other people's course? I mean, like we package them into a book. Is that good? I mean, is that ethical?
Like taking some things that you learned from other courses and putting it
Yeah.
into the book. Um,
Yes.
okay, good question. So have you read some of Russell's books?
Yeah, expert and .com.
Good, good. All right. So he does a really good job of that, where I think it's perfectly great as long as you credit who and where you got it from. Like Russell in his new book, Traffic Secrets. I don't know where mine is, but
Oh man, I haven't read that.
oh, you don't have it yet?
Yes, nope.
Oh man, it's good. On page 42, he talks about the Dream 100, and he talks about me and my book and something he got
Wow.
from my book, right? So that's a good way to do it that way. So as long as you aren't like word for word taking from them or whatever, but you're rather explaining what you learned and who you learned
Mm-hmm.
it from and how to
Mm-hmm.
you applied it, that's perfectly awesome because that's a win-win for you and them.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Just
Yeah.
give credit to people, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And how to convince people to buy our high ticket books? I mean, you mentioned in the high ticket book secret about comparing our service price to the actual book to make people, see it as to buy things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Here's how I do it. So basically, if you were to like let's say your book is all about showing people how to set up their podcast, right? And how to
Uh-huh.
run a podcast and how to deploy a podcast. Um, Basically what you don't have to sell it for hundreds or thousands if you don't want to. It's up to you. But if you were to, basically what you do is you price anchor that to another person that would set up that podcast for someone as a service, right? So to hire, in other words, if I were to hire someone to set up a podcast for me, I would expect to pay thousands of dollars or maybe tens of
Mm-hmm.
thousands of dollars. Or I can learn how to do it on my own from the book, right? And the book is maybe say $200. That's a better deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it's done. So you just compare it, instead of comparing it to other books, you compare it to a service that would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And I like that you mentioned about if you could get one thing out of the book, it will pay for itself.
Exactly. So I would echo that for sure in your book or in the marketing of your book, and saying if you guys just pull one nugget from this and it helps you to launch a podcast or do this or that, then it's the whole thing's worth it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
uh, the purpose of the book is to get other people's result, right? And one of the book about Dream 100 Reloaded, you mentioned about going to the Dream 100 launch. So is the purpose about going to join your program, or just teach about Dream 100? I mean,
So yeah, it's a combination. So you have the Reloaded book?
yeah, I have.
Do you? Oh my God. You read the whole thing?
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. Congratulations. That's quite a read, huh? That's a big
Yeah,
book.
I mean, I like the book, man.
I'm
I
glad it
like
made it all the way to Malaysia. That's awesome. So,
Mhm,
okay. So to answer your question, it should do both, right? So a really good book will teach you and give you, actual strategies and nuggets, but it'll
mhm,
also help to sell the thing that, I talk about selling the thing that sells the thing. It helps
mhm,
sell the next thing. So for your book, it could and should be teaching how to do podcasting and why and stories behind it and lessons and all that. And then it should also pitch Jamie's, program as you as
mm,
the affiliate, right? Does that make sense?
that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Cool. What we got time for one more because I got another call in about a minute. But what else?
oh,
One more good one.
I think that's it. Pretty much that's it.
Okay. Cool,
So,
man.
okay, I think, yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, can we ask the guests, the podcast guests, to do a forward for us?
Yeah. So okay. So I would just pick one person. So if that's Jamie, great. And here's how I would suggest doing it. I would, instead of like asking him to write the forward, ask him to and then expecting him to actually write it. I would
Mhm,
ask if you'd be willing to write the forward to this book, and then send and say, and by the way, I can write it for you and you can just bless it. Right. So for example, you should write the forward on the behalf of Jamie so that he doesn't have to stop and spend the time to do it, and then send it to him and make sure it looks okay. And then you can put it in your book as if he wrote it. No one will know the difference,
oh,
right?
yeah, that's a great
That's
one.
that's how I got Russell to write the forward, because I actually wrote the forward and then he just approved
Oh,
it, right?
nice
Yeah.
secret, man.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, man. Well, good. I'm
Okay,
I'm so glad that you got my books and you've joined my stuff, and I'm
yeah.
proud that you're gonna start, your own book. Yeah, let me know
Yeah,
if you
sure.
guys need anything. But
Yeah,
yeah, awesome, man. Congratulations. That's you're doing
thank you.
awesome for being in college and having all this figured out. And yeah, it's awesome. So
Thank
cool.
you.
Good to
So,
meet you. Yeah.
yeah, I got to meet you, Dana. And will this is this recorded or?
Yep. I'll have my gal email you it, the recording, once it
Oh,
processes.
okay,
Does that sound
okay.
good?
Yeah,
All right, man.
thank you. All right,
Good to
thank
meet
you,
you.
Dana.
Take care. Have a
Yeah.
good night.